Can you share a couple? There's probably way more than a couple, but any memorable success stories of projects you worked on with the writers?
Well, yes, I'm going to put my glasses on because I'm going to go to this year's success stories so far. Well, this is 2023, because we're at the beginning of 2024. I haven't put them in yet, but you mentioned Christine
Yeah.
Lenig. Christine Lenig's movie Upgraded is has been number one on Amazon for a while. I'm very, very proud of her. Something that I did story to script, this process of breaking story, setting deadlines, working with the client in segments of pages until the script is finished, like I did with you, Gary,
Yeah.
um, is one project I'm really proud of that you're going to hear a lot about is something called Bob Trevino Likes It. It's by Tracy Lehman. It stars Barbie Ferreira and John Leguizamo, and it's currently at South by Southwest. And people are talking about it already. And it's so funny because as we were working on it, when we got to the end, I was like, Tracy, this is going to be the project. This is
Right.
the one. And I'm happy that, I'm a script consultant on it. You'll see me in the credits, and I'm so
Yeah.
proud of it. Oh, here's another one. Rona Reese. She won the Big Break competition in 2023, and it is a movie called Freya, Freya. It is an adaptation of her short, and that really takes on reproductive rights issues that we're going through right now in a dystopian way, but in a way that's different from The Handmaid's Tale. It goes even in further in certain places. And it's not an easy movie, but we also did that one story to script. I'm very, very pleased with that one. Gosh, there's, you know, those are just two. Um, let's see. Jennifer Cram, her movie, Sick Girl just came out. And that is also streaming. It's a lot of fun. Karen Collison, who is from your neck of the woods,
Okay. Yeah.
and is an actor as well as a writer. In the year before last, she was a client of mine,
Right.
and we got to the end of it, and I said, "Okay, you have to submit this to the Nickel Fellowship." And she said, "Oh, no, 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 it's not ready." And I said, "Yes, it is." And she won it. She won it.
Oh,
And then Jimmy Miller, he just won the Nickel Fellowship as well this year for a movie that he has worked on. Oh, he was in a writing group of mine years and years ago with the same project, and he just kind of couldn't let go of it. And
yeah.
then I got to read another pass of it last year and give him some notes on that. And it's a movie called Slugger. And so he just won the Nickel Fellowship, and I think you'll be hearing more of him. So that's just a few
Yeah.
people. There's a bigger list, and
Yeah.
you can see them on my website under
Yeah.
success
Yeah.
stories, but I'm
Definitely. Yeah.
so thrilled. I'm so thrilled
Yeah.
about all of them.
Yeah. So is it very common? Because I don't know why, but this was quite exciting me because in the podcast about Upgraded, you say it was in development, was shooting notes for 12 years. Is that more common than we like to think?
Yeah, it's a tough one, right? So you hear
Yeah.
that podcast. She does talk about how she had the idea 12 years ago. I remember
Yeah.
it. She was in the writing group. Um, And yes, it went through all these interested parties and kept getting
Yeah.
developed here, developed there, enough to kind of keep that project going. It finally landed on the right actor, and then COVID stopped it, and then it was picked up
Yeah.
again. So yes, the whole process was about 12 years. But what Christine also mentions is two things. One is she had a life in the meantime.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
she had a, a kid. She became a producer in the reality space. Um, she, sort of continued on, and she continued writing content. That's really important too.
Yeah.
So as this thing was getting developed, she kept writing other things. And what's happening right now is it may have taken 12 years, but now she's getting meetings like crazy,
Yeah.
and all of this other content she wrote is getting considered. She was in a writing group with a guy, who Matt Harris, who his movie The Starling came out 2 years ago on Netflix, also started in the writing group. That took 18 years.
Right.
But
Yeah.
same path. He had all
Yeah.
this content. Um, and then another movie that he had written called Moon of Popping Trees became Dead for a Dollar and taken on by Walter Hill. So, so again, the it can sound frustrating, but if you live your life and write what you want, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter when it lands. When it
Yeah.
lands, everything else will land too. So you
Yeah.
might as well not suffer over one, write it, put
Yeah.
it out in the world, and keep writing and
Yeah.
see what sticks.